What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen. I'm broadcasting from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I just turned the camera on without these guys knowing about it because we were in the middle of discussing something that really hurt our trading and investing when all of us, myself, David Fong, say hello, David.
Hey, guys.
Right? Shout out, hello, Eric.
What's up, guys?
All right, so one of the things that we all three of us knuckleheads made whenever we were coming up learning how to trade was that we had to learn it from other people that already knew what they were doing. So one of the things that people talk about in trading, there are three groups of people in trading. There's people that don't know jack shit about trading. There's people out there that
The largest group.
that's the largest group. The people that talk about trading and they don't fucking make one goddamn trade, okay? With real money. No real money on the line. All simulated, all simulators, all demo, all chart analysis, and not one real money trade, whether it's in the stock market, the options market, the futures market, the Bitcoin market, Ethereum. It doesn't matter. They don't trade with real money. That's the majority of the traders out there on the internet, right? Those guys are what I call bullshit traders, right? You want to sit at the end? So that you don't learn shit from those people, okay? Because real trading is not made up of simulators, of plain money and stupid shit like that. Real trading is done with real money, okay? And then, so that's the first group of people that you want to avoid, right? Is the people that are just talking about trading and not actually doing real trading, okay? The second group of people are the people that actually do trade, okay? They actually do trade but they actually don't understand the mechanics of how trading works. And what I mean by that is that there are people that in this world that don't know how to, I'll use a car as an example. You put this on the ground too? Yeah. There are people that drive cars in this world. I mean, there's people that don't know how to drive cars in this world, okay? They just don't know how to drive. They've never seen a car. Like we were in an area in Puerto Rico yesterday where there's a bunch of people riding like dozens of horses everywhere, and there's a bunch of kids there that they were like 12, 13 years old. They were like young teenagers that were riding horses, okay? Now, obviously, we don't know how to ride horses. But at the same time, those young kids probably don't know how to drive a car either because they don't need to because the town that they were living in was so small and it doesn't look like they've ever left that area of town. Okay, so there are people that have never driven a car, don't know how to drive a car, and then there are people that drive a car but don't know how the engine, the transmission, the turbochargers, the fuel injectors, they don't know how that works. They know how to drive it. You put them in a car, show them where the ignition's at, give them the keys to the car, they can drive it. Okay? Those are the people I don't believe is really good to learn from either. Because they just know how to operate it. So these are the traders that they know how to trade, they know how to make money, they legitimately trade with real money, real bitcoins, real cryptocurrencies, but they actually don't know how to.
Well, the ins and outs of
Those are the ones that can actually teach you how to lose money. You push this button right here, and it's gone.
Well, the problem with learning from those people that just know how to trade, but they don't understand the mechanics and the principles and the fundamentals of trading, is that you always have to follow them and you have to be around them all the time. Like whatever trades they take, you pretty much have to mirror what they're doing. When they get in, you got to get in. When they get out, you got to get out. So it's monkey see, monkey do. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you have one of those people around. So if you don't have one of those people around you, where you can mirror their trade or clone their trade or copy their trades, then it's very difficult to be successful in trading. Then there's a third group of people that understand the mechanics of trading. Okay? They understand the mechanics of trading and they understand what makes trading work. How is it possible that you are wrong over half the time and still be profitable? Those are the people that understand the mechanics of trading. And because they understand it, they're able to explain it to someone else how it's done. Okay, so even on our team, right, we have people on our team that understand, all of us on the team know how to trade and we all know how to trade with real money. Okay, However, we have only a small number of people on our team that actually understand the full mechanics of how trading is done, okay? And we're able to convey it to someone else what those mechanics are, okay? So one of the things that confuses the public, that we were all just discussing, and that's what prompted me to turn on this camera so that you guys can follow along, right? Is that in traditional trading and the traditional people who teach trading, the message that they convey is very vague, okay? And we were using the example.
So we talked about do your due diligence.
Yeah, what the hell does do your due diligence mean? What does that mean? Okay, I want to do my due diligence. What am I supposed to do? Go stick my thumb up my butt or what? What is that? What does that mean? Okay, hey, go do your due diligence. What does that mean?
You gotta stare at the chart really hard.
What does that mean? What questions do you ask?
You gotta
Who are you
concentrate
supposed to
really
ask?
hard.
What
those questions?
specifically do you need to do?
Yeah, what
Doesn't
is?
help you answer that question.
Yeah,
right?
that vague statements like that doesn't do anything for a beginning trader or an investor to succeed because they're so freaking vague and confusing. Because if you tell me, hey Ty, go do your due diligence, what am I supposed to do? Order a burger? What am I supposed to do? Go get a new computer? Go get a hardware wallet? What is the action that I need to take, and what is the data that I'm looking for? Right? So be careful when you learn trading from or investing from people that have vague statements like that. Everything in trading and investing is a mathematical probability. That's what it is. It's probability and math, okay? If anybody tells you it's anything else, they're full of shit, because trading is a game of probability in which you stack the odds in your favor. You stack the advantage in your favor. And that's what, Leon always talks about. What's your edge? What's your edge? What's your edge? What is the edge that I have when I go into the markets, right? And that's why the other thing that you talked about was risk management.
Right, risk management. Exercise
Proper risk management.
management.
What the hell is proper risk management? When I grew up in the hood, proper risk management means you carry a gun. So that when somebody tries to rob you, you shoot their ass. That's proper risk management. Make sure you carry a gun with you, okay? But out here in the markets, what constitutes proper risk management? And that is so vague. That's why you don't hear us talk about things like that.
You have to do your due diligence.
And use proper risk management.
Right. So be careful when you hear these buzzwords that actually don't have specific actions associated with them.
Yeah, whenever you guys, what you want to get out of this video is that whenever you talk to another trader, ask for numbers. Ask for specific numbers, okay? So here, I'm going to give you an examples of how I would ask another trader, okay? So let's say I didn't know David and I found out he was a trader and he talked about using proper risk management, right? Hey, when you say proper risk management, what specifically are you talking about? Are you talking about your bet size? How big is your stop loss? How long to hold on to that position before I let it go? What exactly are you talking about?
Yeah, so actually, proper risk management is a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And very specifically,
Yeah.
your position sizing, the amount that you're going to risk on
Okay,
each
what is position
trade.
sizing, right?
So position sizing, position is a general term depending on what you're trading, whether it's a stock, it's a cryptocurrency, a token, an options contract, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about how much are you willing to lose on this particular trade.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, position size means that if I have a $100,000 portfolio, it means how much of that $100,000 do I risk on that trade or that investment?
Right. Right.
Okay. You see how clear,
specific
how specific that was, guys? That was concrete. That was numerical. It's a mathematical number, right? So if I risk 10% of my entire portfolio on that one trade, is that a good idea?
All right. So
The answer is no.
no, the answer is
The
absolutely
answer is
right.
that's stupid. There is no thoughts about
way
that.
too much.
Yeah,
right?
the answer should be very clear cut. No, that's not going to work. Mathematically, that's never going to work if you keep risking 10% of your entire portfolio on one trade. That's stupid, that's absurd. That should be the answer. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, well, let me think about this. No, it's not. Mathematically, over 300, 500, 1,000 trades, mathematically, that will never freaking work out if you risk 10% of your entire portfolio on one single trade. Because if you keep doing that within just a few trades, if you're wrong a few times, you're going to lose your entire portfolio and you're not in the game no more. That should be the answer. It's not, hey, Here's how it works, man. It's numbers. Trading is a numbers game, okay? It's a numbers game. And the more accurate that you are on the numbers that you're dealing with, the more accurate that you can reduce risk and increase your rewards in trading. You know what I'm saying? So that's the examples that I want to share with you guys, right? So that you should be able to, whenever you hear people talk about trading, it's not just about picking, oh, you know what, that's the right ICO to get in, that's the right, if I let you guys pick the ICOs and the cryptos that I get in, as long as I get to control the bet size, my position size, and when I get out, okay, I'm gonna still make money even if it's you guys are the ones that if you're the one that's picking the crypto, okay, or the stock or the forex, okay. So when we talk about risk management, we're talking about specific numbers. We're not talking about, don't use vague terminology. And when you hear somebody say that, ask for clarification. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. What do you mean by that? Hey, risk man, when I trade options, right? Well, how many contracts? What's the most contracts I should trade as a beginner?
Right.
If I'm not a profitable trader like you are, don't trade more than this number of contracts at any given time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't trade more than 3 contracts. Hey, if you're trading Forex, don't trade this many more lots. Or stocks, don't trade this many more shares. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you guys, when you're asking another trader, don't ask them for their opinions, ask for their numbers. Hey, how much are you risking on that trade? Hey, you say that, so-and-so coin is really good, or so-and-so stock is really good, right? How much of your money are you putting on it? Are you putting $10,000 on it? Are you putting $100,000 on it? Or what percentage of your entire portfolio are you putting into that trade to see if it works or not?
Yeah,
Because
if they're not comfortable with revealing their portfolio
Yeah.
size, just giving position percentages is
Yeah.
is
So,
a good way.
like a lot of times people ask me, hey, how many Bitcoins do you have? It doesn't matter how many Bitcoins I have. What's important is that I have less than 4% of my entire portfolio in Bitcoins, right? I don't think in 2017, I don't think I ever had more than 4 or at most 5% of my entire portfolio in Bitcoins. And then now going into 2018, it's even less than that. It's less than like 2% of my entire portfolio is 2-3% at any given time. It fluctuates depending upon the price, right? But that's what, when somebody asks me, that's what I share with them. And that's the correct answer, is this percentage of my portfolio is in this. So that indicates that I'm not willing to risk more than 2% of my entire portfolio on one crypto, well, at least not on Bitcoin, right? Now, if it grows to like 5-10%, well, then that's great and everything. I'll rebalance my portfolio. But the initial investment, how much of it is in there?
Now, for comparison, the traditional trading worlds, for comparison, guys, in the traditional trading world, the best traders on Wall Street, the very best traders in the world, will not risk more than 2% of their account on any one position.
Yeah,
That's
and these are guys.
really aggressive position. So if you are out there and you're talking to your buddies who are putting 5-10% of their account of their portfolio on one position, you already know.
Yeah,
You already know they're nuts.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? There are people out there that risk, 5, 10, 20, even 50 or 100% of their portfolio on one crypto, right? I did. I mean, you guys see videos in the past where I talk about putting all my, nearly all my life savings into Bitcoin, right? But keep in mind, at the time that I did that, Bitcoin was the only one that was around. There was other bullshit altcoins and stuff like that, but it was not the volume on it. You couldn't even put more than a few $100 or $1,000 into it. So if you wanted to put $5, 10, 20, 30, $50,000 into crypto, the only one that you could do that on was Bitcoin, and that's why I did it. I would never do that again today. One is because there's 1,300 cryptocurrencies to choose from, and second is that Bitcoin is not, performing the way that it did back when I got into it. So anything else to add to that? Okay. So thanks for watching this video, guys. We were just discussing about vague terms in crypto, right? The thing you want to get out of this video is that make sure you ask for clear, concrete numbers when talking to another trader. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys want real world trading, experience and no bullshit, right? Make sure you go to www.cryptocurrency.market/newsletter and subscribe to our channel. a newsletter, and then make sure you follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.